La Cuerva to the outside. Field for the opener at the post. And they are racing. The favorite, Queen in the North, had a brisk beginning. Fun and Tears hustled out from the inside draw, and right in between those two, Simply Complicated and Lil Red Cloud on the run down the backstretch. Out of the chute and onto the main course, and Fun and Tears clears off. Simply Complicated will stay glued to her from second. Lil Red Cloud is third. The favorite broke sharp, but is back into sixth already as she just got passed by Lucky Cat 2 and Swigert. Still about 2 lengths further back to Slender Betsy. Reina Del Valle is a length in front of Miss Sinatra Glory Lady, and at the back of the pack, La Cuerva is 10th and trailing the quarter 23 seconds flat. Fun and Tears loose on a length and a half lead. Simply Complicated still tracking from second. From the inside, Lucky Cat 2, Swigert in the middle. Also right there, Lil Red Cloud. Now, Queen of the North is raced up into within about 3.5 lengths off the lead as they race around the turn. Half mile, 46 and 4. And Fun and Tears has shouldered the load thus far. Simply Complicated, floating Queen of the North, a favorite, well out wide from between horses, Swigert. Many chances here as Lucky Cat 2 emerges. 5 across the course with a furlong to go. In between horses, Lucky Cat 2 to the outside. Now, Queen of the North, the favorites, found her feet. Here she comes after Lucky Cat 2 towards the inside. It is Queen in the North. She had to work to do it, but she's going to break the maiden by a length and a half in her 10th career start. Roy Chirino's looking for his first victory of the meet. Gun rush to the outside for Jimmy Corgan. They're at the post, and they are racing. King Shaman broke inward, leaving the starting gate. Nordic Light had to take out of there in his last. They race under the line for the first time. To the outside, the gray JVB. To the inside is King Shaman. These two hook up and go on with it on the run the first turn. Yono is in hand from the inside from third. Keen Response on heels from fourth, covered up by Gun Rush is fifth and in the clear. Advancing to the outside, Simon Peter is third last. Nordic Light second last. And Mr. Cunningham fighting the jockey there at the back of the pack, his mouth wide open and throwing his head about, is last. The quarter they walked it out 25 and 2. King Shaman and JVB, they dawdle up the backside, just about a length in front of Gun Rush from third. Yono is fourth, hard held behind the slow tempo. Keen Response is fifth. Then it is Simon Peter, a link to Nordic Light. Mr. Cunningham now levels off and settles down from last. They pass the half-mile pole in a snail-like 51 and 1. King Shaman and JVB, these two continue to gallop along up top, a length and a half to Gun Rush from third. Yono to the inside fourth. Keen Response is fifth. Simon Peter is sixth and about 5 off the pace. Nordic Light is trapped to the inside. Mr. Cunningham is last and wide. 1 quarter to go, and they start to quicken now. JVB up to the outside as King Shaman's being asked to go with him, but JVB strong to the top of the lane, and here they come as they turn on down for the money. And JVB for TVB has the lead with a furlong to go. King Shaman is fighting back to the inside. Now Yono at 7-5 is loose and charging. Nordic Light is still in traffic trouble. Simon Peter looking to come over the top, and here comes Simon Peter, who's coming after Yono to the wire. Photo finish! Simon Peter lunging down the center of the track. Yono was to the inside. Noses up and down in 147 flat. The new money, they are at the post. And they are racing. Slow beginning for Chase and Charlie. Quick start, though, for On KP, who's out to the offensive. Also, Artie's Lady forward lead place. One last hand from third. Soros to the inside is fourth, about 3 in front of Jewel Stone for Three Diamonds Farm. Is about 6 lengths off the lead. Still 5 or 6 back to Chase and Charlie. And a long way last as they head up the backside. Must be about 15 or 16 lengths off the lead. It is Chase and Charlie. The quarter was 22 and 1. The leader is On KP, about 2 to Artie's Lady, the long shot from second. Down on the inside, Soros is third. Still 4 back to one last hand. Then a link to Jewel Stone. 6 or 7 back to Chase and Charlie as they work around the turn It is on KP, still there. Up to the outside, one last hand. Artie's Lady still right there. Soros is next. Jewel Stone still 6 or 7 back to Chase and Charlie to the top of the home stretch. And it's on KB, who's still up top. One last hand at 2-1 is charging down the center of the course. One last hand coming after on KP. Tyler Hurd all over one last hand as Corrales is imploring 1 KP for more. These two to the wire. It's going to get tight in a photo. Very tight photo. One last hand lunging up to the outside of on KP, the pace setter. Those two in a photo finish in 1:10 and 2. And they are racing to a level beginning. Party Line had an alert beginning. Fiddle jumped well. These two hook up onto the run the first turn. Party Line to the inside. Now Fiddle goes on with it, and Fiddle opens up a length and a half to the inside, checking hard there against the fence. That's Climb to Glory, but it's Fiddle up top, a length and a half. Lily's home to the outside from second. From between horses as they work around the turn, it is Jungle Cat. Down on the inside, Sweets Maker is next. Miss Holly is fifth at about 6 or 7 off the pace. Climb to Glory to the inside of that one as they head up the backside. Then a length and a half further back to Megan's Knoll, and a couple lengths farther back to Olive's Candy at the back of the pack. The quarter up on the board in 23 and 4. Up top, showing the way, it is Fiddle. Playing this field along by a length and a half. Lily's Home is second. Sweets Maker is third at about 4 off the pace. Jungle Cat is in the clear from a fourth. It's Climb to Glory, who's fifth at about 4 off the pace, picking her way through the pack. Here comes Miss Holly, now moves a closer fourth. Couple lengths further back. Megan's Knoll is about 7 lengths off the lead, starting to heat up. Party Line is on the move, but they're all chasing Fiddle. Fiddle with a quarter to go after a half mile, 47 and 4. It's Fiddle, still up top. She's been unopposed thus far. The first one to take a crack at her is Sweets Maker, top of the home stretch, and Fiddle is still there in front, a length and a half with a furlong to go. Up the inside, it's Miss Holly to the outside. Here comes Sweets Maker with a 6 length left to go. Fiddle is still there. Late on the seed, Party Line is lunging. Fiddle's trying to go coast to coast, and Fiddle will do so. She breaks maiden with these. Coast to coast was wrapped up the end by about a length. Party Line was second. Then it was a photo between Sweets Maker and Miss Holly, and the running time on the board 1:38 flat. Fiddle coast to coast for Anna Mia and Luan Machado. And they are racing in the 36th edition of the Valdale. It was a fast start for the favorite Murky. She'll have company, though. BG Warrior and Strokes. They lead the charge out of the shooting up on the main course. These three about 4 in front of Moon Magic. Chrissy came away racing in fourth. From between horses, Jill Jitterbug up the inside. Lily's Familia about 6 off the pace. 2 in front of T-Max. Still 3 back to Rigney Racing's Tammy Tap Tap Tap. And Always at Ease is ninth in, trailing the quarter in the Valdale. 22 and 1. BG Warrior, the big long shot, towing along Strokes. Meanwhile, Murky at 4 to 5, stalking that duo from third. A couple lengths further back, Moon Magic Chrissy to the outside of Lily's for Millie. Jill Jitterbug is sandwiched in between those. T-Max is being asked to quicken. Tammy Tap Tap is encouraged along, and Always at Ease is last. 1 quarter to go in the Valdale. And up top, it is BG Warrior still showing the way. Half mile, 45 seconds flat to the top of the home stretch. BG Warrior still up top. Murky to the outside as they have just about a furlong to go in the Valdale. And BG Warrior still finding Murky is full press. Try to get by her late on the scene. Lily's for Millie. Deep on the course. Jill Jitterbug. 1/16 to go for BG Warrior. Murky is getting to her to the outside, but BG Warrior at 41 to 1 is going to shock him in the Valdale. BG Warrior all the way up top. She won a stake event but was DQ'd 2 back, but she makes amends the night and goes coast to coast in 1:17 and 3, 41 to 1. They are at the post. And they are racing. Good start for Retained. Also quick and to stride up from the outside. Go Bally Go as they leave the chute and they straighten up with the main course. And up top from the inside, it's Retained. Who'll show the way up the backside. Has company, though. Up to the outside, Kansas Comet is second. A length and a half further back. Down on the inside, Broken Hearted is just in front of Gamer. They are third and fourth on the run down the backstretch. Still 4 back to Go Bally Go. A couple links back to Braille, who's about 9 links off the lead. Then a link further back to the Thunder Thunderer, who's down on the inside. And American Triumph is last but underway now into the far turn run. About 12 lengths from top to bottom, the quarter 22 and 3. On the inside, Broken Hearted, retained to the outside. 3 deep comes Kansas Comet as Gamer is in behind those with about 3 lengths to gain. Go Bally goes underway, still 5 back to Braille. Then American Triumph up the inside to Thunderer. And at the back of the pack, Summer Country. 3/16 to go as they turn on down. And retained is shaken up by Malcolm. But up to the outside, here comes Kansas Comet. Go Bally go. And also Gamer, these 4 in the final 16th. Gamer is shifting ground. Go Bally go, coming over the top as they race down towards the line. Jonathan Nance sticks him up here at 18-1 with Go Bally go. Santos Sanger picks up the winning ride in 1:17-1. At the post. And they are racing. Storm Daddy with a fast start as Mendel's Secret hustled on out, and Mendel's Secret, splitting horses, has the lead and the fence onto the run the first turn. Up to the outside is Storm Daddy, to the inside, Clear the Air. 3 deep as they work around the turn is Saturn Boy. Then from between horses, Wadsworth to the inside, Huntertown towards his outside is Scooby Quando. About 4 back to Miranda Wrights. Phantom Ride is second last, and First Strike is last of them all. That's the 10 of them. After a quarter 23-1, Mendel's Secret has a neck lead over Longshot Storm Daddy. Now these two almost on even terms, 3 lengths in front of Clear the Air. Saturn Boy is really keen to go on the jock, having a tough time trying to reel that one in as they head up the backside. Scooby Quando up to the outside of Wadsworth. Huntertown shoveled back a couple of spots. Miranda Wrights is on the move. Then Phantom Ride in last, still First Strike. Half mile 47-1. They slowed it down a second in that second split. Mendel's Secret still towing along Storm Daddy. Now Saturn Boy has been let go, and Scooby Quando up to the outside from fourth. In between horses as they race around the turn is Wadsworth. Miranda Wrights loops up to the outside of him. Clear the Air is sequestered at this juncture. First Strike from last is wide and about the 10-path top of the home stretch. And here comes Scooby. Scooby with a 3-wide blitz. He'll have to deal with Wadsworth and Miranda Wrights, who's on the wrong lead, but coming at him and coming on. Wadsworth got the split with a 16th to go, drifting out as Miranda Wrights is still wandering about on the wrong lead. Wadsworth a bit green through the stretch, but Wadsworth is going to do enough to win by almost 2.5 in the end. Looked like Scooby held second over Miranda Wrights, and then it was tight for third. The running time 1:37-1. Wadsworth, the son of Quality Road, now 2 straight here at Turfway, a perfect 2 for 2. He settles. They are racing. Row Copperhead Road, 7-7. These two leading the charge to the first turn. Money Pit is away into third position. Ride of Rush trying to squeeze through along the fence as Overprotective stacks up 3 deep from fifth. In behind that one, This Point in Time settles along 6, about 7 off the pace. Makamat is down on the inside, saving every yard as they work around the turn. Vasilevsky, though, is not in about the 5-path down to business splitting horses, and Father Patrick, the favorite, will have to do it from the back. The quarter 24 seconds flat, 7-7, a length and a half to Row Copperhead Road. Then there's about a break of 7 back to Money Pit from third. Rider Rush is racing just to the inside of down to business on the run down the backstretch. In between horses, Makamat. Deep on the course is Vasilevsky as they continue the run down the backstretch. This point in time stuck in between horses, and Father Patrick way out of it. Half mile 47-3. 7-7 still leads, bumps the margin to 2. Row Copperhead Road is still tracking from second. Money Pit up the inside from third. Overprotective is fourth. Starting to roll now. Makamat is up into fifth. Then it's This Point in Time up the inside. Ride of Rush 7-7 to the top of the lane in front by 4. Row Copperhead Road could not kick on. Money Pit had a big number up the inside. Then Overprotective top of the home stretch. Whip is out on 7-7 with a furlong to find. Has built up a 4-length lead. Money Pit is gaining ground to the inside at 24-1. Row Copperhead Road is next. They're inside the final 16th. 7-7 is still there. Down to the wire. 7-7 straight up. 7-7 coast to coast by 3. Row Copperhead Road, Money Pit. Then it was a photo between Overprotective and Makamat. The running time 1:38-4.